Running at the wings, Beal and Avdia. Kuzma will step in at the 4. Porzingis at center. And it's Wright in at the point guard position. We know some teams are stuck in the cycle of we think this is the year. We think we may finally get over the hump. And then the disappointment when it's not.
And Kevin, here is the reality. Winning championships in the NBA is extremely difficult. You can, as a front office, put a roster together on paper and think, okay, we have enough talent to win the championship, and for whatever reason, the pieces don't mesh. And the other part of this, Kevin, is sometimes luck goes into winning. A poorly timed injury, a guy who asks out that totally came out of the blue. There are so many things that go into winning this league. Well, you see how crafty Bradley Beal is. The athleticism helps in the paint. That's nicely done.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this one.
It's right on the wing. Warriors with the rebound. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
Wiseman finds Poole. Into the lane.
Well, Wiseman's passing game is a work in progress, but he's smart enough to spot the wide open man there.
Passes it to Avdia. Here's Beal. Pass to Porzingis. Outside Beal. Clock at 6. Back to Porzingis. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Three-pointer right. Here's Tiny. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
And so the first.
DC family, your wizard.
And welcome back to our special presentation of the NBA for Martin Luther King Day. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. You'll see Wiggins and Green play in the forward spots. Iguodala out there with Tiny. And it's Wiseman in at center. Now here is Hachimura. 9 points last game out. Three-pointer, Barton. Wiseman with the rebound.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
You know, over the last couple seasons, it feels like the Washington Wizards roster is in constant flux. I mean, from role players to all-stars, guys coming in and out.
Pass to Kispert. Iguodala against Barton. Tipped away. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. For Washington, how difficult, Greg, is it to win when your roster changes, as you were just talking about? It changes so much from year to year.
It's really tough. I mean, take Spencer Dinwiddie. He signs a big 3-year deal, traded 6 months later. So when things like that happen, it's so difficult to create chemistry.
So it's Washington now. The Warriors making the shot. Kispert with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And that sends Corey Kispert to the free throw line. And it goes on Draymond Green for the Wizards. Porzingis is checked in for Daniel Gafford. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Hachimura. And Bradley Beal subbed in for Barton. Now here's Wiggins. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Launches it. And the Warriors get it back. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Here's Tiny, 11 feet out, and he hits it. Tiny's got 6 points in the quarter.
What nice work to get.
Playing well.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Avdia in at the small forward with Kuzma at power forward. White is out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's the group starting the second half for Wes Unseld Jr. Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Doors, when it comes to Avdia, a guy that does a number of things very well.
He does, Kevin. I think when you think of Avdia, what you think is 3-tool player. Score, rebound, pass it. For Denny, to me, it's all about being more consistent. It is clear this guy has a ton of talent and potential. Now can you do it night after night after night?
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Wizards ownership has promised to never hit the hard reset button, like we saw from teams in recent years like the Sixers.
Golden State foul.
The fact remains that this is a franchise that last enjoyed a 50-win season in 1979.
Substitution.
So for the patient,
Wizards.
diehard fans in the DMV, seems the wait for a true contender may take a lot longer. Kevin?
Well, time will tell, David. Thanks. Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Porzingis. Hachimura comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Martin's checked in for Avdia. And Morris subbed in for Wright.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington.
Get up, get loud.
Kisper's checked in for Beal.
Coming onto the floor for your Wizard, Corey Kispert.
There's 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. On the wing, Morris. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
Well, this is the area that he's most comfortable. Rui Hachimura, such a solid performer in the painted area.
Kuminga with it. He's against Hachimura. Kuminga, no good.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Morris passes to Gafford. And a wide open look for Hachimura. Second shot opportunity. Shot's good by Gafford.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
Got it off in time. No good on the last second attempt there. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Warriors on top, up by 3. And we'll have the start of a 4.
DC family, your Wizard.
And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
So we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And welcome back to the 2K Sports broadcast of the NBA, celebrating Martin Luther King Day. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. You'll see Wiggins and Green playing the forward spot. Jordan Poole is out there at Tiny, and it's Wiseman in at the center, filling out the middle. And Wiseman sends it back.
And putting in work on the defensive end. Wiseman's swat providing a spark to his team.
Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
Here's Tiny. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Beal against Poole. That one a little long. Warriors leading by 3. Green gets to Wiggins. A fader. Yes!
Draymond Green in a big spot delivers with nice calmness. Go ahead, Draymond.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Timeout.
They're trailing by 5. There's 53 seconds left in the game.
It's time to welcome your...
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Tiny.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Avdia comes in for Will Barton, and Morris subbed in for Wright. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Guys, I had a chance to find out what Wes Unseld Jr. discussed with his players. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. One play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Evans trying to keep him focused.
Second team.
Thanks, David. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
Well, to me, the infectiousness with which Draymond Green plays, it impacts everyone around him. I love that.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Beal the pass to Morris. And it's blocked. They retain possession. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Green finds Wiseman. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Personal foul.
Nice job by Wiseman to get some contact while in the act.
Shooting for Golden State. James Wiseman.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
And here's Morris for 3. Carry. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. And there's the pass to Jerome. Over Morris. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Well, that's somebody who sees the whole floor and delivers it to the perfect wide-open shooter.
So we see the